So the first time I got to actually enter the parish house, the first thing I noticed is that everything is large. I mean, very large. And you walk through these columns and the space is just grand. And you imagine lots of patio furniture out here, and maybe they would have afternoon iced tea sitting on the veranda here. And look at the size of the door. It's very big, it's heavy, it is, and this is the back door.
Here we are in the wine cellar of the Peel house. There's no more wine in here, but this had a lot of stuff going on to it. As I grew up here in the church, we used to have confirmation across the hallway, and we wondered what was in that caged room.
I married 55 years ago on August 8th, 1964.
At 7 in the evening.
And where did you get married?
And we got married at this place, but it was the church.
You know, you come into this building and your eyes get big and you kind of tilt up and you see all the work. It's just a masterpiece of a building. And then the question is, how do we use this for ministry? This is a gem. And I recognize that, you know, the church wasn't using it the way it had been used in the past, that it used to be used all the time. It was our worship place and Sunday school and offices and all of that. But then as it's gotten older, it's kind of been used less and less and less. And when I come into this, you know, new ministry for me, it's like, we got to use this.
Now, look at the staircase. I mean, this is just amazing. It has beautiful, beautiful woodwork, the detailed dowels, and it's just so grand. So you imagine women coming down in their beautiful ball gowns, and I'm sure several women have come down in their wedding gowns as well.
Did you have a long dress on? Because I would imagine that I'd be worried about tripping.
No, it wasn't wrong. I said it, we were trying to have this not so expensive.
Keep it simple?
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. You know, I've been a member, 10 or 15 years, and honestly, I never have been through the property until, you and Pastor Carrie, took me through it, and I got to tell you, I mean, it was eye-opening to see, this thing needs work.
Yeah.
And it's, we're at that point now where we've made that commitment, and now we need to do what we have to do to raise the fund to properly renovate this.
Part of our process of going through the parish house and determining what we want to do to make it new and what we want to maintain, what we want to keep, we've got to go through everything. And you can imagine years and years of storage that have gone on in this house.
I still shake my head at what you said at ministry gatherings about, the sign on here, don't touch it, it's hot, there's something, if we had any attorneys in here who were, personal injury attorneys, they might tell you to take that down.
Yeah, it is safe, but it's becoming less safe. That's the right way to say it.
Well put.
It is a beautiful space for a wedding. Yeah. Was it nice out the day that you got married?
Oh yeah, and that's why they went outside. In fact, a lot of the men were out there standing around talking, leaning against that.
Leaning against the banisters out there in the Baylis?
Yeah.
To celebrate the 100th birthday of the Peel House, or the Jewett Mansion, as we were celebrating, we held a grand event here, and the Church Mouse Players performed a play that pretended that all the people who came were guests of the Jewett. So we were having a very large dinner gathering, and we got to meet all of the servants of the Jewetts, which of course were a little dysfunctional, and we had a lot of fun with that, so a lot of good laughter. But to be able to stand on this staircase to come in for my scene and look down upon this grand room full of tables, full of guests, and the Jewetts sitting there talking to their guests, I imagine that's very much what they did on a regular basis in this lovely room.
So when we talk about accessibility, this is where the new elevator will come out to access the second level. It'll also access the lower level, and there'll be a designated room there for the 12-step groups, and so that'll allow more anonymity as people can come in and go directly to their room without kind of going through the whole building.
We have such a diverse congregation here that, you know, a lot of people can do the stairs just fine. You can see it even Sunday mornings, the elevator that, you know, we use going up to the second and the second level, and how much use that gets. So I think that's a really important aspect of it, is the elevator here. And the nice thing is the elevator itself is not really too visible from the street.
Yeah.
So it does help a lot with the historical aspect of the property, but still, you know, kind of brings it up to a little bit more, you know, current day standards.
Yeah, let's just use the whole building. Let's everybody use the whole building.
Yeah.
So, we've gone through the closet, we've found different things that we want to maintain. We found a lot of things where it's hard to decide what do you get rid of and what do you keep. And I don't know if we'll actually get rid of many things. We'll probably find a new place for it after we get done. But it's gonna be special.